Hey everybody, Mr. BadMae here with a trailer update for you all today. So our friend Jon Ruda just sent me early access to his latest trailer update that comes out. I don't know the exact release date. Actually, it comes out in a couple of weeks, I would assume. Today is July the 2nd. Um, so very, very excited to show this off. But before we jump into the updated trailers, I wanted to run you through the three trailers that were touched, but in their current state as we all know them. So up first, we have the Flatbed trailer from Jon Ruda. Currently, this one is in the double configuration. So he simply has double and single on the current setup. A different couple of connector types here. So the first two are flatbed focused. The other two are tarp focused. Right. So this is what we're all used to seeing. And then of course, if you come over here, you could pick your different lift axles and all that kind of stuff, as well as your double options. And these doubles are huge. Um, so I know some people love this. For me personally, this was never for me. So I stuck to the other Jon Ruda trailers that I enjoy, such as his hopper and his fuel tanker. Those have always been my go-tos. But I'm very excited for this update because we're going to see massive overhauls on this flatbed. The other ones touched on, let me go ahead and cancel out of that. The other one touched on is his beloved reefer. I have one here all kind of chromed out. You can see his lights across the top. And again, this is in its current state as we all know it. It is simply a single trailer with a couple different sizes for 48 and 53. You've got chrome and painted. I won't deep dive into these because it did receive massive, massive changes. So that's one we're going to look at as well. And then finally, the last one that I have early access to that we're going to take a look at is one of my favorites, which is his hopper. So this is again how she currently is. You can have it all painted out like I have with lights across the top and bottom. You have a simple single option, 43 or 53 foot, right? Pick and choose your poison. And then how do you want your axles set up, right? That's kind of the options you've got. And then of course you could have chrome painted sides, all that kind of stuff, typical Jon Ruda fashion. And now, with all that said, give me 2 minutes here. I'm going to swap in the updated pack and we're going to deep dive into these trailers and what they have to offer now with Jon Ruda's upcoming update. So hang tight. I'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody. So I've gone ahead and loaded up, as you guys may have seen in the little teaser there. I've loaded up the three new trailers that Jon Ruda sent over early for me to check out. Do keep in mind, this is a early release. The planned release is most likely, and this is not from Jon Ruda himself, but most likely in a couple of weeks we could see plan to see these fully released. This is kind of a sneak peek. So anything that you guys see that's broken or showing up incorrectly or anything like that, remember it's still a work in progress. Things can change. If we find any problems, I'll be sure to let the team know and they can take care of it before it releases. Just wanted to give you guys a first look at these trailers. So obviously, as you guys can see, flatbed has changed. Before we did have a standard double. Now we have a B double. And that is a 32-foot flatbed in the front with a 28-foot flatbed in the back. We do have 2 different axle configurations, so we can have them as is, or we can have liftable axles on both the front and the back trailer. Um, he has also added, as you guys saw in the teaser that he released before, you now have logs as an option or wood, beams as an option in the front. In the back, we do have our toolbox, and then you can see here we do have singles, we have B doubles. The double is gone. I don't know if he plans on bringing the regular double back or not. Um, but yeah, so looking at the single, it's everything from 28 foot, 48, 53, as well as tarps. And then let me get my trailer back. So for the B doubles, kind of the same thing here, 32 standard, 32 custom. That is the connector types. You can see right now on the standard, they're up here. If I switch this to custom, it goes back here. So some of the other noteworthy things worth shouting out on the trailer change, his underglow has been updated. His side lights here are now configurable to whatever light you may like. You go ahead and disable all of this. We will put his on. So there's all of Jon Ruda's lights, and you can go through and configure whether you want, blue, red, purple, whatever. He also added in some new light types, like these boat lights, these quad lamps. I think the quad lamps may have been there, but the boat lights appear new, and then the supernova appear new as well. So if we put one of those on, take a look at what that looks like right there. Gonna cycle through the colors. So, very, very high quality lights. I like it very much. But I think that is some of the biggest changes. Also, I think on the back here, he may have included. I'm getting mixed up with the other trailers, guys. But let's jump over to the next trailer and take a look at what we've got over there. So next up, we have the reefer. So he has done a lot on the new reefer. Very high quality materials throughout the build. Uh, very, very good attention to detail. With the paint, before I start messing up my trailer, I'm just gonna highlight that real quick. So he's got a ton of skins in here. With the paint, I noticed, on the side, I'll show you guys in just a moment, but on the side, instead of selecting chrome or aluminum or the other options, there is a second paint option. If you select that, then while you can't change the core color, right, you can kinda see the core colors changing down here. You can change the metallic, and it does affect the paint. So if I slide this around, you guys can see that right there. Very, very neat. This isn't available on all skins, but on this particular one, it was. I thought that was neat. I'll definitely be playing around with that with some of my own skins soon. Um, but his chain types that he's added, all right, we have singles, doubles now. We have Rocky Mountain doubles, Turnpike doubles, and even triples. So things are going to go poof here. We'll jump back into my trailer here for other demonstration in just a moment, but I'm going to go ahead and go through the chain types with you guys. We'll start with the big ones. So here's the triple. Let me back up here. And if we go to body, we can have 32 or I guess 36 triples. And there's the reefers. That was the drive van. We have 28s. So 28 and 36s for the triples. Here we have axle types. So we can go anywhere from a single axle, double axle, split. Ooh, to me, it almost looks like the trailers got bigger. Oh, they did get bigger. And then we have 3 axles here or the quad axles. Again, very, very nice options. Turnpike doubles, kind of similar story there. We have 48 and 53s. So if you guys like really, really long trailers, you can get them hooked up. And then the Rocky Mountain doubles. Again, 36 and 28s, 48 and 28s, 48 and 36s, and then 53 and 36s, 53 and 28. So a whole bunch of different configurations to run here, a bunch of axle configurations to run as well. If you like a bunch of axles, he's got you set up. There's even 5 on the back, I guess, if you count the dolly. So again, very, very impressed with this trailer pack overall. He's still working on the other 3. They're just not as big of a change as these first 3 we're looking at, but, there are improvements. Um, so right now, let's hop into some of the keynotes that I found on the trailer as I was going through it. So just like with his, uh, flatbed, you can now select, let me find it here. You can move the tape up and down too as well, by the way. So we want our tape above our lights, we can do it above, or you can move it down where I had it right next to them with the lights. All kinds of preferences on these. Again, new bottom lights, whole bunch of lights, top, bottom, front, back, light nodes galore, and you can set these. Now, if you want to, you can use his standard config, right? So you say, give me orange markers, and then you'll be off to the races. You'll see the orange markers there, kind of just around the trailer in your typical config fashion, right? So if you want to run this in a convoy or something like that, you can use minimal lights, and there you go. Marker standard. Again, same marker lights, just with a black edge, or you can go with the marker slots, which allows you to place your lights kind of how I had them. And I'll escape here to get my trailer back configured. Figure. So you can see I've got my blue lights going down the sides there. I've got them around the front. I might change these to white, but it's all personal preference, right? And up the back, nice chrome roll-up door here. Another interesting thing is we do have a painted side. We have a chrome front, a chrome back. We've got a chrome reefer unit here. If I jump up top, you'll notice the top is also chromed. So that's a very nice touch. With that top, there are a lot of options. So we can do a black roof. We could do white roofing. He redid the aluminum throughout all of the trailers. So the aluminum now has a more gray appearance, a little bit more rough texture-wise. The idea was to make it feel more like authentic aluminum, not like a dull chrome. And then if you wanna have a painted roof, you can do that as well. I'm gonna leave that like that right now to show you guys his template, because I don't know if you're a big fan of skinning trailers, but I do like to do some for the company. Obviously, you can skin the sides and the fronts, the backs, his units, all that's skinnable. But from what I'm seeing up top, it looks like perhaps we might be able to throw something on top of the trailers as well. So much like the base game SES trailers, it does look like Ruda's reefer units are going to be skinnable up top as well, which is a very nice addition. I don't recall if his last reefer was or not. It didn't support doubles before, so to be honest, I didn't pay much attention to it. But now that it does support doubles, I'll definitely be running these. These will probably be my trailer of choice. So you guys will be seeing this a lot on stream. Um, the other net new add-on, as far as I could tell, is this arrow box or protector box around your base, and you can chrome that out, right? And then if you guys don't want painted sides, you go ahead and chrome out the sides too. You get a very nice looking chrome. And now at this point, I don't know what your performance would be like. Oh, this is one big giant mirror. Um, I'm sure it'd be fine. John Reed and the team usually do a very good job at testing all this stuff. But yeah, overall, the trailer looks amazing. Here with the what are these? The tanks, the air tanks. You can have double. What I have on here, or if you want to have a big single, you can do that as well. Place it like that. There are arrow um, kits here for the rear tires, both trailers. For your door, if you don't like the roller doors, you can swap them. They do also have lift gates as well if you want. But if you don't like the roller doors, let's see. Find the node here. Again, more markers, markers everywhere. Rear doors, rear doors. I will find it. Bear with me. Here we go. So you can go from aluminum to chrome to paint, kind of the theme throughout it here. So if we go to the old school body, now you got your door spec. You can do a chrome door. A lot of people are a big fan of chrome. You can do the chrome quilted, which has the patterns on it, or you could go with painted. So now we've got a Swift door on a chrome trailer, so that's an option. Um, the other thing to show off here, so if we swap this to the painted door again, the interesting bit to show off, so if you don't like these aluminum bars going down the middle, we could change those to chrome, right? That looks shiny, pun intended. Or you can go painted, and it's actually the paint job continues across the bars. Now, again, I don't know if that's how it was before, but that's what we have now, and it looks quite nice. Now, be mindful if you do go with like a chrome door and you've got painted handles and you have a skin selected, you're going to end up in this situation. So just be mindful. You could just simply chrome out your handles, which I would expect most people probably do, so you don't end up with a mismatched handle. And here you have your tail flaring. So if you guys are into the arrow look, he's got you. I don't usually use those myself. And then again, lots and lots of markers everywhere. Underlights, I think I mentioned, are new or updated. Let's see. All of the suspension and the sliders are all paintable. Here you can paint your frame if you wish. You can go with an aluminum frame. You could paint it out. So if I was to do one change to my trailer, it would probably be that. Paint out the suspension here. The rear bumpers, as always, I think these have been here for a little bit, at least on the old Reefer. So he brought over a bunch of the bumpers. Overall, I'm very, very impressed, very happy with these changes. I hope you guys like them. In just a moment, I'll take these out into the real world and let you guys get a look at them on the ground. Because the quality and the materials, I can't say enough good things about it. I've had a number of trailer packs myself, and this one's kind of blowing all the others away, to be honest. Now, keep in mind, I am a big fan of doubles. I drive doubles almost exclusively. Um, all right, and the third trailer, guys, we have the hopper. Go ahead and jump into this. Oh, I have that one attached at the moment. Go ahead and jump into this trailer. So this is the new hopper. Again, this was one of my favorite trailers from him. The hopper and my tanker, well, his tanker. But I'm attached to these things. So we have a slew of different options here. We have the single that we're all used to. We have doubles now. We have Rocky Mountain doubles and triples. So again, we're gonna go in and out of this one just to savor or save my trailer here. But we'll start with the big one. So we have triples. We do have 34-foot triples and a bunch of manual tarps or auto tarps. We have Rocky Mountains, which gives us a 43-34, a 53-34, or let's see. Yeah, so that's our two options, 43 and 34 or a 53 and 34. So it looks like a 34 is always going to be in the back with the Rocky Mountains. Now, if we go with the doubles, you have 34 or a 43 double. They're quite big, quite big. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here. Figure again. Now you do have the option here of going 34 or 43 as I just showed. The axle configuration is pretty standard. You've got two in the front, you've got two in the back, and you have one here for the dolly. There are a bunch of different skins, quite good skins, I might add. You got your Wilson trailers, Alex. Overall, a very nice to have all these options built in, all these different brands. Saves me a lot of work. So now I can stick to making my fantasy skins, if you will. Because he's got majority of the well-known brands covered. So it's good to see. And I might do like like a armed forces branch series of trailer skins, something like that for the hopper and the reefer, for the Ruda hopper and reefer. But we'll see. If I make those, I'll be sure to let everybody know. He also has this template in here. So this one's straightforward. Left, right side, front, and back, but I do have my front and back chromed at the moment. You go ahead, select something that's easy to look at here. So if we get into the biggest changes, obviously it's a double, right? The quality of the materials and stuff has been significantly improved. His chrome looks outstanding. Any kind of aluminum or fiberglass that you run into, that looks really good. Here's some of I think that's an aluminum. Here's the aluminum right here. Again, he redid all of his aluminum and all that stuff to make it look a little bit more proper. And I'll leave that painted. Get my trailer back. So I'll walk you guys through some of the options here. Obviously, I have the front of my trailers chromed out. But here we have a stamped chrome or a flat chrome, right? So if you like the more of a mirror finish, you can have that. And I do need to change this. My stuff is blending in. All right. All right. But if you want to chrome out the sides, you can do that as well. And that is I didn't even notice that before. So if you want to put tons and tons and tons of lights down the side of your trailer, you can. Let me disable all of these. Back to trailers. So here's all of Ruda's light options that he has. Again, his typical colors: purple, orange, green, blue, red, all that's in there. Your boat lights, your quad lamps, your typical markers, and then you've got your supernova, your standard sides, your Wilson trailer sides. Very nice support. across the trailer here. Um, that's a very shiny trailer. But actually, if you guys didn't have a skin to run or something like that, I would highly recommend his chrome. That's very nice. Let me go ahead and enable all of my things. And again, if you want a completely mirrored side, you could do that. If you want to go aluminum and rock his new aluminum, you can go for that. That actually gives a really good look at what his texture looks like. It stands out vastly different now against the chrome versus how it did before. So it's a very nice update. Let me go ahead. Oh, that looks better. I may have to stick with that. Yeah, I might have some changes to make on my trailer here in a little bit. You guys are kind of seeing this raw. Um, all right. So other things I noticed on his hopper, you can change in two-tone down here at the bottom. So you can paint or chrome out the bunker body, which as you can see, I have it on chrome. Here with the frame, I have my frame painted. If you want to change the color of that, of course you can. And then here's the handle, which I do believe is right here. It's hard to see. If I chrome it out, maybe you can see it better. Right there you go. Slide over to the other side of the trailer here, just so you guys can see the crank. I might leave that as chrome actually. I kind of like that. Um, for his sides, chrome painted aluminum. Kind of have those three choices across all of the trailers, to be honest. A couple different reflective paint offerings. Back here we have different types of vibrators for the trailer. This is essentially for the floor. If you guys have played Farm Sim, you'll know a lot of agricultural style trailers do have vibrating floors or moving floors in the bottom of them. That's to help get the grain to where it's supposed to go, whether it's a bottom feed like this or a belt fed out the back or out the top. Sometimes they have the vibrators just to get the grain moving. Um, Different fender types, so all your typical hog builds as well as your fiberglass fenders. There are under what does he call frame caps down here. Now I just did chrome and threw a couple of his lights on here, and that means I do not have mud flaps on my trailer. And because this is the front of a double, there's no center mud flap here. The center mud flap is on the back. Again, the wall, you can change the wall if you wish. The little handles up here can all be changed. Again, tons of markers. Those are more lights. Tail light options. And then back here, you can see I have my panel in. Again, some more lights on it. And then if you want to change the dolly here and change the lights, you get on another license plate if you wish. Mess around with your mud flaps. I need to find that's for these here mud flaps here at the top of the trailer. All right, I do have it painted. Change the suspension to painted. Actually, I think I'll leave that black. Yeah, overall, very, very happy and very, very happy or very excited for this trailer update. This again, this is an early release, so things could still change. Some things may not be working as Jared and the team want them to. So everything is subject to change. However, I do expect full release here very soon. So keep your guys' eyes out on Jon Ruda's website to be sure to catch it as soon as it is available. I'm sure you guys will be getting emails and notifications on Facebook and all of that stuff as well. So I'm going to go ahead and use this guy real quick. I'm going to take you guys out into the world and we're going to take a look at these trailers up close. I am also in Jon Ruda's Coronado that just released, well, his update was just released not long ago. I'll go ahead and snap this trailer on, and I'm going to do a little bit of magic here and turn it into nighttime, and we'll go back and forth. Let me get into admin mode. Don't mind me, guys. I'm trying to work around my wheel. We get out in the world, very nice textures. His metallic on his paint and everything is coming through wonderful. You can see, I need to change where my airlines hook up at, but right there's our blue lights. I think I messed up the markers on the side of my trailer. I'll have to redo those. There's the blue lights there. And my front trailer got messed up. That's okay. Here's the rear. And blue lights all over it. Very nice trailer. I'm going to go ahead and set this. I know I don't have very many lights on the front of my trailer. Let me go and add those real quick. Give me 2 seconds, guys. We are back. And I've gone ahead and made it nighttime. So you guys can see the lights and the underglow. I do have red underglow on the trailer, or blue. Sorry, colorblind. So we have blue underglow there. We have blue coming off the sides. And very, very nice looking trailer. Leave your comments and stuff down below as well, guys. Let me know what is your favorite update so far from this trailer pack that you've seen. I know I'm going through these pretty quickly. It's going to be a longer video anyways. But maybe I'll, depending on your comments down below, I can do a much more in-depth video about each trailer individually, and so covering all three in a single video. So let's go ahead and bring out the flatbed. Admin mode. See, the beacons are all on. And I'll flip this to daytime for you guys in just a second. You can even kind of see the metallic popping off. Very, very nicely done. And there is the trailer in the daylight. And the textures on this, like the wood decking and the chrome again, very well done. Even his texture on his little strap here, like you get right in there and see the stitching and everything. Very, very nice job. Even here, the metal on the B double deck, very nicely done. Like, I mean, that's just amazing. Even the screws and stuff are done in the wood texture. Very happy with that trailer. Go ahead and swap over, not my truck, swap my trailer. Swap over to the reefer. Now this is probably the one I'll be driving the most, personally. Not necessarily with Swift colors on it. But, I'll do a company skin and probably be driving that guy. Again, admin mode. Oh, the sun can make Swift. The sun can make Swift look good. That's pretty good. So again, we have chrome reefer at the top, painted bottoms, chrome front, chrome back. Reflection's really, really good. You can actually See the truck around the corner there. And then take a look at the roof. Like a mirror. See all the shadows and reflection. Very nice. Very nicely done. Little Great Dane icon. All right. So here we are, nighttime with the reefer trailer. Again, Jon Ruda's blue lights around the side. We've got some of the new Novas at the top and the back. Got the double tank sitting down here. Got the protectors on as well for the gear. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited to get out there, put some miles on these trailers, get some loads on the road with them, see how they drive, see how they perform, yeah, and have a whole lot of fun. So do let me know down in the comments below what has been your favorite trailer update thus far. Which one would you love to see more of? And I can make some follow-up videos, and I'll try to get those out almost immediately, as quick as I can. Again, huge thank you to Jon Ruda for sending these over for me to preview. Can't wait to see the other three. I know we're going to be seeing those soon. And until next time, guys, stay safe, keep on trucking, and I will catch you in the next one.